right now is retired NASA astronaut and former commander of the International Space Station, Leroy Chiao. All right, Leroy, so good to see you. I mean, this rocket, as Kristen was describing it, I mean, it's huge and it's designed to go further than any previous rocket designed for human flight. So walk us through what makes this such a remarkable time.
Well, it's been a very long time, as was pointed out, since the last space shuttle launch in 2011, and even longer since we flew a mission to the moon that was intended to carry humans. Last time was 1972, of course, with Apollo 17. So almost 50 years later, here we are finally about to launch the first large rocket from U.S. shores. 8.8 million pounds of thrust at liftoff, although it carries a little less payload to orbit than the Saturn V, but nonetheless a huge rocket. Always exciting when there's a launch of a new vehicle. I believe there are record numbers of people down in Florida now about to witness this, hopefully tomorrow morning.
Oh, I know this has been an incredible road trip for a lot of folks. I mean, this is quite the occasion to get in the car and just get there and find a parking space or whatever you can do to be there to witness it. So this mission, it is a prelude, to what NASA is hoping are even bigger things, like helping to establish a sustainable lunar presence and possibly take vehicles to the moon for long-term checkouts. Why is that idea, are those ideas so exciting to you? Why should people get on board with this?
The idea, of course, is to ultimately sustainably explore Mars. And so the first step would be to develop our infrastructure farther out, and the moon is the logical place to go. There are several reasons to explore the moon beyond the scientific ones, just the operational ones of preparing for Mars. You buy down risk by testing and developing everything on the moon, which is a lot closer to the Earth, about 3 days away as opposed to 6 months at closest approach. And it's also a great place to train astronauts. You don't necessarily want your first astronaut setting foot on Mars to have never operated in that kind of an environment before. So there are a number of scientific and operational reasons to go to the moon first and build up that infrastructure before we head on to Mars.
You mentioned, Apollo 17, but NASA's Apollo 11 mission, Neil Armstrong, I mean, going to the moon, that was 50 years ago. So how do you see this mission of Artemis reinvigorating space exploration as a whole?
I think going back to the moon will rekindle interest in space exploration, particularly among young people. During the shuttle program, which was very successful, and even during the ISS program, which is ongoing, we're a little bit victims of our own success. We made it look easy. It became routine to the public, even though it's not really routine as we've seen over the years. But hopefully this new program, this new push to go back to the moon first and then on to Mars, will catch the imagination of the younger generation.
And it's not just going, but it's potentially staying, right? I mean, at least for a period of time.
That's right.
NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, said, I'm quoting him now we're going back to the moon to stay, to live, to learn, to build. So if this phase is successful, NASA is boasting of how the plan is to lead to sustained existence on other planets like Mars. Help people envision, what would that entail exactly?
So sustainable exploration and colonies are two different things. So sustainable exploration doesn't mean that you always have humans there like we have on board the International Space Station. So what's envisaged for the moon is that we have a base there, but it's more of a human-tended base. That is, we send crews there periodically, but when they leave, they kind of lock it up. I mean, a poor analogy, but maybe it's like the lake house. You kind of lock that up and go away until the next time. And same with Mars. The idea is to go and sustainably explore Mars, which means we send several missions to go and achieve hopefully different scientific objectives. It doesn't mean that we're putting a colony there. Now, SpaceX, of course, Elon Musk does want to put a colony on Mars. And frankly, he's doing some very exciting things with the Starship and the Falcon Super Heavy. So I think we're in for some very exciting years ahead of us.
Right. Well, there's the private money that you mentioned, and there's the public money. And there, of course, has been, some criticism over the fact that this, has come with a really big, lofty price. I mean, the first 3 flights of the SLS rocket will cost $4.1 billion each. So what do you say to folks about whether this is money well spent or whether it really is going to take a collaboration with private companies in order to keep this going?
Well, you're absolutely right. I mean, this program has been going in one version or another since around 2004, 2005. So, that's a long time, about 18, 17 years. For reference, the first from the creation of NASA in 1958 to landing humans on the moon in 1969, barely just a little bit under 11 years. Put that into context. Also, the money, yes, absolutely. NASA and the contractors, as is the nature of large organizations, they become more bureaucratic, less efficient. And so the 20 billion or so that we spent on development on just the Space Launch System rocket, as well as the Orion spacecraft, an additional amount, and the amount of time it's taken, it's not a good situation. It's not ideal. Now, SpaceX is much more nimble, have a much more flat management structure. So the ideal situation would be that NASA and SpaceX collaborate to go to Mars. Now, they're already collaborating in a sense because SpaceX is one of the contractors developing a lunar lander for NASA based on their Starship technology. And so hopefully that will continue and expand, and we can actually leverage NASA's years of experience with SpaceX's innovation and nimbleness and get to Mars sooner rather than later together.
All right, well, so many ways to look at it. Thank you so much, Leroy Chiao. Nonetheless, everyone seems to be very excited about what is, possibly going to happen come 8:33, scheduled liftoff for tomorrow morning. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.